Gung-ho reaction, a topic taboo. Hey there, kids, it's Folie. At least it's all coming out the top.
She knows what I'm talking about.
The same cannot be said for moi.
But I never would have known without your honesty. I do appreciate knowing.
Sweet honesty.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
A big ol' friggin' welcome back. We've missed you.
Oh, we have.
We've missed doing this, and it is all Amy's fault.
It is. It is all my fault because I had to go to stupid Florida, the capital of insanity.
It really is.
Although it's beautiful, and I love a lot of the Floridian people I've met.
It can't be as crazy as it is and not have some sort of redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
It can't. Or else it's just a shithole that nobody wants to go to ever.
Why? Why do crazy people congregate there?
Can you see through to my crotch?
I cannot.
You fine? Okay.
I cannot see your crotch.
Okay. I'm in a skirt and sitting very unladylike, but
I always have to sit cross-legged, which is why I wear bike shorts under even my fanciest dresses.
yeah, it's a must.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't today because this dress goes down to like my mid-calf.
So you wouldn't think you'd be flashing anyone in it.
One wouldn't assume, but when it's me in it,
And
you
when
just
you're
never
that
know.
Flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And you like to sit how you like to sit.
When you're that flexible, you've got to flaunt it.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you're in.
It's like those yogis on Instagram who do nothing but do headstands in different locations.
Oh my gosh.
Do they piss you off?
It pisses me off, but it's a misdirected type of pissed off.
Exactly. Because you know.
They've earned that.
Yeah, they've earned it. They've worked their asses off. If I could do it, I would do it even more than they do.
I would too. I would do it everywhere. And there would be no shame. I would be doing it right now too, but I can't. Or I have not mastered it. I won't say I can't. I just have not mastered it yet.
We have done things that we never thought we could do.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Florida, of all places, took a yoga class, and I got myself into 2 insane poses.
Ooh, I bet you were. Here's my thought. I wish that I would have been just a fly on the wall watching you there because I know you. And she who says she's not competitive at all will twist herself ways that she's not meant to be twisted to show that she actually can twist that way.
And I do admit that I was in the front of the room, right in front of the instructor.
In front of people that
late.
you don't know.
Yeah, people were
You
looking
want to show.
me
Exactly.
as an example.
Yes.
Bird of Paradise.
That was one of them?
That was one.
I need to know what that is.
It's so fun.
It's one of my favorite flowers. I need to see how the yoga pose goes.
It really does look like the flower. And I just picture
this.
I'm finally learning, kind of. Without that face. No, you should do
face
the face.
or not.
Also pigeon, which is something I never thought I could do. Wait, no, it's not pigeon. It's, what the heck is it?
No, pigeon is the ground one.
Yeah, pigeon I love.
I do
but
too.
It's not that hard to do.
Such a good
It's the one
hip
where
opener.
you balance your freaking legs on your elbows.
Oh, yes.
And that's how they all start, I think, before they get into the headstands.
I want to know how to do that too.
I'm so bottom heavy. I really don't think I could ever do a headstand.
I know.
I'm
It's
much
so
better
hard.
when I'm right side up.
We need to start doing yoga again.
Yeah, I really miss it.
Mm-hmm, me too.
And I also think that I'm feeling the difference.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hunched over like an 80-year-old woman who has never stretched in her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is Folie Deux, guys.
Oh, yeah, Folie Deux. And guess what?
What?
We're a comedy podcast now.
We are now in the comedy section of the sections.
The iTunes.
Of iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, wherever you listen.
And I would like to believe that it's because we earned it and because we created a campaign.
We have such a great following. Yeah, people listened to our latest campaign and it worked, but no.
No, actually, we had to just click on the proper category and update it.
Little did we know. And it's because wonderful, lovely Sanghavi put it together for us at the beginning. She got our Stitcher accounts, even our iTunes. She did all of that. She got all of our accounts going.
She got it up and running.
Yes. And somehow, I don't know if at first we really had no idea what we were going to be.
Well, that's the thing. This whole podcast is an identity crisis.
It really is. But we didn't want to be in gaming and hobbies.
No, because people searching for gaming and hobbies are going to be like, people searching anywhere are going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But especially anything but comedy.
Exactly. So I found where you can change it, and it was easy as erasing games and hobbies and typing in comedy instead. Now listen, I know some of you guys might not think we're funny at all, but there aren't a ton of options as far as categories go. I couldn't put in like neurotic, weird ass,
like indescribitly random.
Who knows what this week?
I feel like there should be a miscellaneous.
There should be.
Category.
It's just like it kind of funny sometimes.
Here's where we belong. We belong in our moms think we're funny.
There really should be.
Because they do.
There has to be so many other podcasts that are only doing well because their mothers listen. We are one of those.
Yeah, we have like 12 moms.
Yeah. And they all love us.
They do, and they think we're funny. So if you don't think we're funny,
go talk to your mom.
Why have you listened this far? What the heck?
They probably...
Bye.
Nobody has. Nobody has.
Surely.
Actually, I posted when you were gone, and I'm so bad about... But I posted in the group about putting it out there that we have a new episode and stuff. And
so keeps getting on me about that.
We need to make him our manager of that kind of thing. Have him say the right things because it's hard for me. And somebody was like, "Yay! I've been waiting."
Aww.
So thank you to you, one follower. I love you. I love you.
We love you so much. We're just talking to you right now. We don't care about all our other ones of followers.
Yes, ones of followers. Did you see the nice post that somebody wrote?
Digits.
I think so too. Where Paul actually had mentioned that he loved our podcast and I tagged you in it. I was like, are you saying yes?
I think I did, yes, and I told him I loved him more than my own children.
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Yes.
And also, it's completely true.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's...
Have you met your children?
I do.
I'm kidding, I love them.
I do love
so
them
much.
a lot. They are very interesting children.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They're smart.
Mm-hmm.
They're every bit as neurotic and strange as their parents.
You guys made them.
Yeah, how else could it turn out?
Mm-mm.
It's not their fault. They got it in the womb.
In the womb.
In the womb. Speaking of origins of things, we birthed a new segment.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm so excited about it.
We pushed it out of our nether regions, our who daddies.
Don't even think about what else ended up on the table.
Oh no, it plopped out.
We'll whisk that away. Clean it off.
Get me some fantastic.
Give me some scissors. Let's cut this cord.
Let's
latch this baby on.
Who daddy is this? Who's your daddy?
Who's who daddy?
Who's who daddy?
That's what.
Oh!
Who's who daddy?
I love. Who's who daddy?
We need that for a segment.
I call my who daddy. So,
and I love it so much that I've started saying it.
Who's who daddy?
Who's who daddy?
Yeah.
Who's who daddy?
That can be our segment where we talk about
lady bits,
or even manly bits. We can do some guessing.
Yeah.
What we can have some.
Men, what do you like to call your bits?
It'll be a sex column. From the local virgin and
the married lady with 2 small children. You do the math.
Oh man. It would be interesting and at least funny and questionable.
Funny, and we would probably have a lot more questions than answers.
Yep.
Well, I know that we've already missed the placement of certain vital areas on this podcast. We've been politely corrected by our listeners.
Oh, yeah. But
go on.
No, please do. You do. You do the do.
Take it away. Well,
Get it.
Okay. Get it. We decided that we need an advice column talking time.
Yep.
Yes. And we are pretty much going to put ourselves on the spot.
Yes.
For the most part. So that our advice is extra crappy.
Yeah.
And granted, yes, okay, there are tons of advice columns in the world. There's Anna Faris is unqualified. Who wants advice from a Hollywood actress, I ask you?
I know. It's only going to be to a certain type of market.
Yeah, it is. You want advice from someone who is as pathetic and inept and lost as you.
Clueless as can be.
Who has been through all kinds of crap and truly never found our way out.
Be lost with us.
Yeah.
We'll lose you further.
We will. And we'll make you feel better. By the time you're done listening to our answers, you'll be like, I know what not to do. And I also feel a lot better.
I definitely know that the advice they gave me is wrong. I'm going to do the opposite. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Do the meatloaf. I would do
anything for love, but I won't do that.
No.
That is the longest song on earth.
It is. There are some strange long segments in that song.
I know.
I feel like we need to watch the music video again. It's been so long. I feel like there's a woman with a front wedgie in it.
I'm in it?
I wasn't going to say anything, but you do have your legs crossed.
So, our advice column is going to be something called, like, Ask the Folie Girls, but I'd like it to be more clever than that. So, if you guys have an idea for what it should be called...
We would like your advice.
We want your advice on what our advice column should be...
Called.
Yes.
Fallacious answers.
Folly into the gap.
Mind the... No.
Do you know what I should do about this?
Ooh. That's a load of...
Do.
Folly us and our ways.
We obviously need help.
We need help.
Please weigh in what we should call it. And until then, we are going to answer...
We have a couple questions. Ooh, we have multiples. I don't know if any of these are appropriate, but we're by golly going to answer them all.
By golly. Well, okay. First of all, I like what, this is kind of a silly one. Daniel asks, how many Long Island iced teas does a guy have to drink to impress a girl?
I would say none.
I mean, here's the thing. It's either none or
14.
Over 4. There is a lot of liquor in a Long Island iced tea.
Those are very strong. Part of this also depends on where you are in your relationship. If it's a first date and a guy orders a Long Island iced tea, I'm going to start wondering some things. I'm going to think, is he nervous? Is he wanting to drink?
Does he need to ease the pain?
Him?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's like...
Here, drink as many as she does.
Oh.
If you order one and she orders one too, by golly, chug that thing and wait to see what she does next.
Snap your fingers. If she orders a round 2,
Yep.
You know that's your girl.
Don't let her drink you under the table.
No.
Even if you have to, like, secretly pour a little bit out, whatever. No, that seems wrong. Don't listen to that.
That's
messed up. That's like letting
abuse.
Someone get drunk. No, don't do that. But do follow her lead. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because if you think you're impressing her, but I just saw your underwear.
Did you really? Hey, Zoe. Hey, Zoe.
It's okay, I'll show you.
Hey, Zoe.
Okay,
she's actually pulling it out. Oh, it's cute.
It's no show.
Mine's just white.
Okay.
Oh, it's white and black.
She forgot what underwear she was. Yes, so follow her lead, okay?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, okay, I'm trying to think. If I ever went on a date, if I went on a date and the guy was like, I'll have Long Island iced tea. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, because back when I was a bartender, I remember the crowd that got Long Island iced teas.
They were the ones who wanted to get drunk
as fast as possible. And I also way overpoured the liquor. I did. It was fun because
they loved you.
It was Long Island iced tea nights. It was, I think, Thursday nights.
Ooh.
And we used, the well liquor, and I just dumped that shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. And then I was like, small splash.
No, I want that.
Yeah. But I would get really good tips.
Oh, of course you would.
Mm-hmm.
That's questionable morally, but go on.
Oh, it definitely is. A lot of things I did then were morally questionable.
Okay? Everybody wins.
Yeah, unless you die and then you don't.
Yeah.
But
then you don't know.
I mean,
you're not there to regret it.
Exactly.
What am I saying?
Basically, drink however many you want, Daniel. Okay? We're not the boss of you.
Listen, if she's not impressed with how many feel right for you, then
she's not the girl for you.
She's not your girl.
Yes.
Next question.
Oh. Is
from Belinda
Blankenship.
And she says, this is a deep question.
This is deep and I love it.
She wants to know, if you're talented at a skill, but you don't want to do that for a living, is it ridiculous to think that way?
To think,
Belinda,
that you don't want to do it as a living?
You don't want to do it to earn money.
Mm-hmm. You just want to do it.
Yeah, Belinda, if you enjoy what you're doing and you feel like making that your career would take away from that, don't let anyone tell you you have to do it.
If it's going to take joy away from you to do it as a career, then you should not do it. I also think if you can see yourself being unhappy not doing it, whether you're making money for it or not, then you should definitely continue to do it. If it brings you some sort of joy and fulfillment, do that shit. You don't need to make money to do it. You just need to be happy.
Exactly.
So many things in life make us unhappy. Mm-hmm. We have to embrace, cherish, and not take for granted the things that do make us happy.
Do the crap out of those things.
Do the crap out of it.
That's why I personally like doing dry writing and editing.
I thought you were going to say drugs.
I personally like to snort things all day long. Whatever I can find. I like to do boring writing. I know that sounds strange, but to me, it's a task that I can accomplish, and I can set it aside. And then my creative stuff, yes, someday I want to get that published.
For sure.
But I don't necessarily want to be told exactly what to do.
Yeah.
When it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it.
Me? 3.
Yeah. We're in a place, Belinda, all of us, where we're very gifted. People want a piece.
People want a piece, but we're like, we only want to please ourselves.
We do. Pleasure yourself, Belinda.
We've talked about this before.
We're going back down this road that everyone is feeling uncomfortable about. But find that balance between what gives you joy and What takes the joy out of that thing you love? Ooh, Melanie made a face. Oh my!
Somebody said Elvis or Mimi.
Oh, I have to go. I love Mimi, but I have to go with Elvis because his eyes are crossed.
His eyes are crossed, and he has the best.
And he's so old.
He's so old. I love Mimi, but Mimi is not in the spotlight as much. I don't know. She's mysterious.
She doesn't want to be.
No,
Mimi,
she's chose not to be.
Mimi does not have an ego. Mimi is humble and content and everything that I am not.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis, he's strange. He's selfish.
I also feel like he doesn't know the fame that he has.
Yeah, he just is who he is.
He's humble in a way.
Yeah, he is in a way. He just wants what he wants, which is a cookie.
He just wants a cookie.
And that's the thing. I get that. I'm obsessive too.
And I always would like a cookie.
Oh, I want a cookie right now.
If somebody were to say, hey, Mel, you want a cookie? I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. Also, I feel like our writers, the people writing in right now, are not really understanding my question.
Some of them are.
I want to give you advice. Like, I went on a date with a guy, and he couldn't stop smacking his ever-loving mouth when he ate. How should I approach this? Should I continue? Or should I smack the shit out of him next time it happens? Those are the kind of questions that I want to ask. I mean, answer.
Well, okay, here's one that is a genuine question.
Uh-huh.
How much tongue is too much tongue?
Ooh. Wait, when...
That's what Zach asked.
How much tongue is too much tongue? Like, okay, this can go a couple ways because you've left it very open.
Exactly.
Let's talk about this tongue.
Yeah. No, you're going to have to lower that volume. Melanie is the queen of tongues.
I have the longest tongue. I could make some girl real happy.
You were just born the wrong orientation.
No. I have like a Gene Simmons worthy tongue. Like it is yours.
Mine is just normal.
Mine goes like a half an inch below my chin.
Mine doesn't even reach. It does. I can touch my lips to my nose though. That's not gonna make any girl happy. You can do it too.
Yeah. But like, are we talking about making out?
I'm gonna assume that's what he's talking about. I think there are a lot of preferences. I've got slobber on my chin from testing out my tongue length. I'm gonna say for me, too much tongue is a turnoff.
I agree.
Yes.
It freaks me out.
Me too.
Like a little mom, please, God, don't listen to this.
Skip forward about 45 seconds.
It's been a while. I don't know. But
I mean, if you ever kissed a guy with your tongue.
Yeah, which I wouldn't.
No, ever.
That's wrong and it's not classy.
No. Take heed, boys.
Take heed. Yeah, it's real weird when it's just like a snake, like.
Yeah, there's the level of flicking action. You don't want it just hanging out in there, but you also don't want. I like the slow swipe.
Yeah.
Making
that
out
like?
is fun. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I love you, baby.
Someone
Also,
out there, I love you.
Some people don't really like you to lick like their face or their neck. Some people don't like to feel like they're covered in slobber.
Yeah.
I mean, a little, kissing is great.
Somebody likes the neck kissing, though.
I love the neck kissing. I just don't know how I feel. I like nibbling.
Yep. We're supposed to be just answering Jonathan's question.
Jonathan, if you want to know what I like.
There's your answer.
Yes. I would say...
Come show us. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out. Oh, it wasn't Jonathan. It was Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Who is happily married, so.
Zach, I would ask, if you're happily married and you feel comfortable, maybe go have a few Long Island iced teas with your wife.
Mm-hmm. Or with Daniel.
With Daniel. Okay.
He won't judge you.
And say, honestly, baby, how much tongue is too much tongue?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can adjust my methods. It's all about communication.
It really is.
And I know it's a hard conversation to have, but I find that positive feedback works really well.
It's always so weird, though, when somebody is like for me, I am so awkward that when somebody, I know, like, people want to know. Like, it's better to, like, know what somebody enjoys than to not know and to guess and, like, have to get through that, like when, like, to not be happy with whatever's happening.
Yeah. Into your marriage, and like, by the way, I never liked that.
Yeah. But if somebody when somebody asks you what you're thinking, if you're cuddling or something, I like about how much I'd like a taco right now, but that's not sexy to say.
That's when you make something up.
I know, and then I try, and then I go blank, and I'm like,
isn't there a They Might Be Giant song like that?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking of an unrelated thing.
I freaking love They Might Be Giant.
I do too. So,
Particle Man. That was good.
If anyone asks you what you're thinking, start singing Particle Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good idea.
Yeah. And
or ask why Istanbul is now Constantinople.
Because it was Istanbul. Why can't we say it? And if somebody does something right in your mouth, go ahead and tell them.
If you're liking what somebody's doing in your mouth,
good.
that was 100% the right amount of tongue.
Yeah. Say, bravo on that tongue action.
Just
keep it up.
Keep it tonguing.
Keep it tonguing. If in doubt, go a little easy. At least at first.
Yes.
This is like the Long
Island. You have to go all out there.
You know, follow people's lead.
Yes.
I remember one of the first times I was kissed. It was like tongue down the throat situation. And I think he thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We were both pretty young. That was the last time we kissed.
One time when I was 5. I was something like 4 or 5, and I was at my babysitter. It was 5 because I had come back from kindergarten, and there was this boy who everybody thought was, I know his name, and I would say it out loud if I didn't for fear. But he was like, "Hey, Melody, do you know what a French kiss is?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do," but I didn't. I was like, it has the word kiss in it, so obviously it's disgusting. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, let me show you. And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no. And he stuck his tongue down my throat.
Oh my
At
goodness.
5. And I was like,
holy moly.
I also had a stranger do that to me once. We've talked about that.
She did. Yeah. There's a whole story. You need to share that for something weird sometime.
It was weird. Some people that I've told have been like, whoa, that's tragic and like traumatic. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. Like, to me, yes, it was awful, and I would not, like, 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Yeah, it's not commendable in any way.
But I was like, I'm fine. I wasn't raped. Just, like, yeah, the guy was just a crazy person on the street.
Completely out of his...
Yeah. And he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble, and he was not well.
Yeah.
And
I pulled a knife on him. He was scared.
She pulled a knife on him, which is exactly what she should have done.
Yeah.
And it's just lucky that she happened to have a giant knife in her pocket.
I know. The one and only time in my entire life that I've ever taken a knife with me anywhere. For whatever reason, I was like, I'm taking this blade, put it in my pants, and I had to use it.
If in doubt, just go ahead and put that knife in your pants.
The thing is, too, like, maybe if we carried around less weapons, less instances would come about where we need to use them. Maybe it's all like the universe feels when we feel a little bit sassy.
Ooh, so the universe was like, okay, I'll give you something to use your knife about.
You want to take that knife?
Ooh,
yeah.
I never even thought
Don't
of
get
that.
mad at me. That may not be. That's probably not true. But
are you talking to the universe or the listeners?
Both.
Okay.
Definitely both.
Yeah. I think that's wise.
If you could time travel, whether it's in the future or in the past, where would you go and why?
Oh.
Again. Oh, wait.
Wait a second. Is this...
I was thinking it was Johnny.
Johnny.
It's not Johnny. But he said Elvis or Mimi.
Oh, Johnny.
So this is somebody else. No, it's not Johnny.
Who
it's
is
a different
it?
Jonathan.
A new friend?
Yes.
Yay.
Jonathan.
You're awesome, Jonathan.
Jonathan Drippy Jolly.
Oh, who are you? We love you.
Oh, I like that he snuck in the Elvis Mimi. I was really impressed that Johnny had remembered that. I was like, Jonathan is still listening to My Favorite Murder. I'm so happy, but this is another friend. We love you, Jonathan.
We do. I bet you're going to be so jealous of you, Jonathan, when we tell you that we got, well, more specifically, Melody got surprise tickets to see Karen and Georgia in Kansas City.
Yeah. We are going to see our favorite podcast, My Favorite Murder.
It's one of the things that encouraged us to start this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It even inspired the name Folie.
That's right.
Because they share their story about the Papin sisters.
Yes, and they've shared another story before that.
Where they had Folie. I think the Papin was the most
It was the most
because there were
memorable.
eyeballs being dug out of skulls. Yes.
No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno.
I mean, it depends on the situation, as always. That's my advice. Blanket advice. So if I said, wop, bop, wop, what would you say?
I would say, gear up for your next pointless audio obsession. Guess what people are saying?
I have heard that on February 15th, 2014, rock and roll legend Little Richard did not disappear. However, how many of us have actually seen him since? Have you heard from him?
No.
We haven't either. When was the last time you rocked out to Tutti Frutti?
Only Jelly Bean.
Doesn't he deserve better?
We aim to dig deep and leave not the minutest stone unturned to discover what's really going on with the littlest of Richards.
Are you ready, Teddy? Do you have leads, theories, or Little Richard sightings? No matter how wildly inaccurate your information, we want to hear it.
We want to find out, where's Little Richard?
And just how little he is.
Is he really little? Or...
Did call himself that for some other reason.
What reason?
And this girl named Sue, who knows
she knows just what to do.
Give us a call because we don't know what to do.
We have... Goodbye.
Worst first date. I'm trying to figure out exactly how that's advice. Are you looking for us to advise you on how to create the worst first date?
Okay, let me tell you. First, start with not asking at all. Oh, no. Start by ordering for the boy or girl that you have taken out.
Mm-hmm. No.
I know, that used to be a thing.
It's not
right?
a thing anymore.
Why was that ever a thing?
It never should have been a thing. For so many reasons.
No. For one, I am my own person. I will have my own likes and dislikes. Maybe I don't feel like mother fudging chicken today.
And if somebody feels like they care what I choose to eat, that affects them in some way.
Yeah.
Meep yourself.
Go meep yourself.
Yeah.
Do that and then have more than 4 Long Island iced teas.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's having nothing.
Well, I'm having none because you didn't order me any.
Mm-hmm.
And then talk about nothing but yourself.
Then lick her face.
Because stick your tongue down my throat.
That is, you stumbled on something true, though. The thing, it's been a long time since I've dated, but the biggest turnoff is guys who are only interested in talking about themselves.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it's the majority of humankind. You can make someone real happy by just asking them a ton of questions about themselves.
It's so true.
And let's be honest, we all like talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
I get that. We all have so much to say.
Yeah.
But
it's our easiest topic that we know so much about.
Exactly. If you're content doing that and you don't even notice that the other person is not talking.
I wonder if I'm like that.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. I was recently around a few people that were like that.
Yeah?
And you see it in their face when you interject even a small amount into the conversation. They're just waiting for you to finish.
For their next turn.
So they can go back to what they were saying.
No!
And you get this impression that anything you interject is like, why are you talking? That's not important. I was talking about me.
Yeah.
You've never done that. Don't do that on a first date.
Don't do it on any date. Mm-mm. I do have a hard time like coming up with topics that I feel like would be relevant to ask. I feel like that I'm a little nervous and self-conscious about just like saying, I say so many stupid things all of the time. And so when I feel like it needs to be kind of serious, like,
oh, I hate that.
I get really, like, I just clam up. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I get tongue-tied too. And then there's the problem of you don't want to feel like you're dominating the conversation. Like you always kind of want to notice what the give and take is, but you do want to interject about yourself, because if you don't talk about yourself at all, that's equally frustrating.
That's true.
You're like, who is this person? Like, why are they not relating to what I'm saying? Do they even care? I think the ideal is to like give and take, just pay attention to that balance.
It's true.
And then if they say something that you relate to, find a way to interject that without completely taking the conversation to your
Exactly. Side. It's like improv.
Yeah, it's like it's like a tug of war that neither person should ever win.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, very lovely. I like that. Also, use your manners. Don't chew with your mouth open.
Nope.
Don't ever do that.
No one should. I can't. I mean, I have a 4-year-old daughter. She doesn't chew with her mouth open.
Mackie does sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it because he's cute.
Well, Ransom gets food all over, like everywhere when he eats. It's phenomenal. I don't know how he does it. It's in his hair. It's up his sleeves.
MJ used to do that until she was like 12. We'd be like, how do you have chocolate ice cream all over your face?
Yeah. He'll have it like up, like on his forehead. I'm like, where is your mouth, child?
Yeah.
Like, you know this.
You know this.
But it doesn't bother me when my children do it.
No, me neither. And it's the same as like cleaning up their vomit. Yeah, it sucks, but we'll do it. If I had to clean up somebody else's vomit, it'll just sit there.
I would quit my job.
I would quit life. I would never do it.
Nope.
But yeah, definitely use your manners about that. And I would say if you ask somebody out on a first date, you pay for that first date.
Absolutely.
Like I am all about like the give and take with it. Like it's just common human decency. Like if I ask a colleague out to lunch because I know I'm gonna ask them for business advice, like I'm gonna pay for their lunch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna ask me out because you're like, I hate to use this term, but where you're courting me in a way, like you're gonna buy my dinner.
Yeah, and especially if you choose the place.
If you choose the place, or if you just even ask me out, I'm sorry.
Even with my friends, I mean, you and I don't know where we are on this smoothie balance.
Exactly.
But we pretty much always...
Every other time.
Yeah, we treat each other all the time. It's just one of those things that you do. I mean, our classy Zumba babe, we went out for drinks with her the other night. She went and bought our appetizer.
Oh, speaking of, I wanted to tell you, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, it was really weird because we had ordered these fried mushrooms, but it turns out they were oysters. And he was like, oh, they're oyster mushrooms.
Oyster mushrooms.
Apparently, that's a type of mushroom. And it's just like a really hardy...
So there were no oysters at all?
No, it was mushrooms. We were convinced because the texture was so... It was not like your regular mushroom.
It was so good.
They were so good. But then I was weirded out once I realized they were oysters, and they weren't.
And they weren't.
Yeah, so they were mushrooms.
They were oysters.
Just a type of mushroom that's called oyster mushroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're not fancy enough to order these things.
See, we need a column that we can write to and say, guys, was at a restaurant this week, and the menu said fried mushrooms, but it turns out they were oysters. What do I do? And then somebody would be like, oh, they're actually oyster mushrooms.
You kind of had a similar theory. It was only backwards. Didn't you say something like...
I said maybe they call...
Is there a part of the oyster that they call mushroom?
Like it's their little pee-pee. Do oysters pee?
I think everything pees, right? I mean...
Do they reproduce? They have to.
Everything has to. How do oysters boink?
Oysters are like a big tongue.
They are. How much oyster?
Is too much oyster.
I think.
Is it oyster or oyster?
I can't say it.
I can't either. I'm so self-conscious about it. Oyster.
It's not. It's oyster.
Sometimes I say oyster, and sometimes I say oyster.
Oyster.
Weigh in, guys. Is it oyster or oyster?
We have so many questions.
Somebody start a podcast so we can know what we're doing, please.
Will you just answer our questions?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Dylan asked Matthew.
It's weird.
I like the name Dylan.
I do too.
Weirdest conversation that
you've ever heard?
You have ever overheard someone else having? Oh. Have you heard that?
That's my thinking.
Yeah.
That's the way I think.
Yeah. I feel like that would be listening to this podcast.
That's so true.
Like, where? How?
I'm trying to think, like, it's that put on the spot thing again. I'd have to think about that.
You know, I always wish that I would overhear a murder plot. And there have been times where I've imagined that I have.
Yeah.
But I really don't think so.
No, they were just talking about, like, getting rid of their cat, putting their cat to sleep.
Yeah, which is horrible anyway.
23 years old and
riddled with mercy.
Yeah.
There was one time when Boo and I were in a restaurant and there was
Ooh, do you think that that's a terrible thing?
Putting your
euthanasia?
Cat down?
Yeah.
No, not if the animal is suffering.
Okay.
And the reason is because I had to put my favorite cat down.
I had to put one of our dogs down.
He had an incurable disease and he couldn't keep any food down.
And it had to have been hurting him.
It was so awful. He was so dehydrated and he didn't understand what was happening to him. And I held him while he died, and it was one of the saddest moments of my life. Thanks for bringing it up.
I'm so sorry.
And I remember the vet saying he should not have lived this long, given how sick he was. It's a testament to loving care.
Oh.
And then she said, "Thank you for holding him while he died." Yeah, Dickie. His name was Dickie.
Oh.
And he was the smartest, coolest cat I've ever known.
I hate it.
No, I hate that animals die, but I would like to think if there's a heaven that animals are there too.
Well, I mean, how freaking boring would it be otherwise?
We gotta have them. Ugh. And I like to picture him as like a giant tiger version of himself.
Yeah. I like
He's
that
just
too.
going to come bounding towards me and knock me over one day.
Wouldn't it be great? You know how you see those videos of somebody who raised a tiger and then they had to get rid of them because they were too big?
Yeah, because they bit their face off.
Well, they didn't. That one in particular didn't bite his face off. And then the guy goes, like, years later, and they're just, like, best friends again. And the tiger's hugging him. And they're like, oh, my God, I love you. I'm like, oh, yeah, I love you too.
What the tiger says, I love you too.
It sounds more like, but They know, like, you know, and you feel
it.
it.
The tiger knows. That's what's going to happen when I get to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it would be like that.
He wasn't a stripy cat. He had big black and white spots like a cow. And he was really, really fat, and he had a tiny head.
Oh.
And he liked to be held like a baby.
Oh.
He's the weirdest, most jacked up cat. And I love him so much.
I love him too.
He was my best friend before you.
Oh, thank you.
But, yeah, I hope I never have to put you down.
Oh, gosh. Well, if you do, as long as you're holding me.
I promise.
And rock me.
I won't have them take you to the back and do it.
No.
I'll do it myself. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. And take me out to pasture. Have me look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. What was her name?
Carol and Lizzie.
Lizzie.
I swear all evil little girls are named Lizzie.
Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden, who I'm always fascinated by.
Me too. I want to know that story. Why haven't they done Lizzie Borden?
I don't know. And last podcast on the left was real dismissive of it, and they wouldn't do it. And I'm like, what's your problem?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's such a popular one?
I wonder.
I think, they haven't done, there's so many that they haven't done, but it does not make them any less interesting. Like,
Lizzie Borden is my favorite, personally.
I love Lizzie Borden and, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. Yes, I know, they're all pieces of shit. He was a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to, hear more in depth, about... Have you watched Dahmer?
No.
The movie? Oh.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. I watched it late at night one night, and you know what was more freaky about it than anything? Because I'd already known, the story of Jeffrey Dahmer. It was fun to watch, but the music... I will never in my life forget dozing off at the end of Dahmer and waking up to the most eerie music.
Oh my gosh.
And being so freaking scared out of my mind that I didn't even want to move my chair. Yeah. I was so scared. And that sound,
turn it off and make it stop.
Yes, that sound triggers that music will trigger that into my soul.
That's good to know. I mean, not that I would ever use that music against you.
No, never. No, you do, and I'm coming after you with a puppet muppet. A puppet muppet.
Puppet muppet. Ooh. And their John Wayne Gacy episode. They did him.
Yeah.
And he's super famous.
Yeah.
I enjoyed,
John Wayne Gacy was one of my, first... loves of my first murder loves.
Well, it's fascinating and horrible.
Yeah, it is.
And I remember that when I was listening to that episode, I was stuffing our Thanksgiving turkey. And it was such a cozy, lovely moment. And I was enjoying listening to my podcast, and I was like, there's something
really wrong with me.
Really wrong with me.
Oh my gosh. It's just I'm so glad that I'm so #blessed that not only do you... Why did I started talking not like me just now.
Because you said
#blessed. #blessed, and that's not like me either.
Yeah. #fuck the haters.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Man Crash Monday. I don't know. It'll always be David Bowie, so go meet yourself, everybody else. No. What was I saying?
You were saying you're #blessed after I said something about John.
Oh, that not only are you weird and my BFF, and you get everything that I get, but also you are just as obsessed with murder as I am.
Yeah, I always have been.
It was our first major bonding moment.
It was. I remember that day I told you
in Zumba. Yes.
Yeah. And then I remember saying I'm a little bit scared to tell you this.
Yes.
And you were like, "Tell me."
And it was just the rest is mother effing history.
It is. The first short story I wrote, I was probably about 11, was about Girl Scouts getting murdered.
Oh. Do you still have it?
It's so bad. I wonder if I do. I used to buy those little journal things, that are bound up and you don't tear the pages out. Yeah. And I would write my stories out in that.
Nice.
There was something it got ridiculous. There were explosions and skeletons, and I was 11. Okay?
Well, I mean, Some of the best things happen when you're 11.
And I've always loved classic murder mysteries. I love it. I mean, I'm sorry. I like Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
Heck, I bet you Murder, She Wrote is deep, deep in my subconscious. Started some of this crap.
Same. My 100% same. My grandma used to watch Murder, She Wrote all the time.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Have you heard the theory about her? The, what's it called? There's a word for it. There's another word, but conspiracy theory that, what is her name in that?
I'm so mad at myself right now.
No.
Don't tell
This
me.
is the longest pause we've ever had on the podcast.
Now it's called the podcast.
Podcast.
Oh,
I like it. Ooh.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's right there. It's right there.
I'm looking at Little Richard, actually, so I really don't even know. I'm very slow at looking things up. Okay. I mean, I know the actress's name.
What's her name again?
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury. That's who. That's all who I'm thinking about.
I don't remember her character's
I
name.
don't either.
Who gives a crap?
It doesn't matter.
The point is that there's a theory that she was actually
Angela Lansbury. I saw there's a meme with her. It's like she's blurry, and it says Angela Lansbury. Sorry, that's one of my favorite ones. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a theory that she was actually the one committing all these murders, and if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense.
I just got goose chill bumps.
Yeah. I mean, why did these always happen wherever she went constantly?
Well, it's kind of like Rosemary and Thyme.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a Folie Deux pair.
I think so. Ooh. Well, also, the same can be said for, like, Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
And the Boxcar Children. Like,
I used to read. Do you read R.L. Stein?
Mm-hmm, a little
That's
bit.
what inspired my Girl Scouts.
Yeah. Mackie wants to be R.L. Stein. He loves him so much. He wants a typewriter, which I will be getting him for Christmas or his birthday, whatever. He just wants to sit around and type stories.
Our boys are
like R.L.
us.
Stein. I know.
Ransom is obsessed with
what's weird is
and haunted houses and murder mysteries.
Ransom loves cameras. Mackie loves typewriters. It's like we've switched kids almost.
That is so weird. Well, Mackie's going to be my son-in-law one day.
Yeah, he will be.
Because as soon as Imogen gets potty trained, she'll be like, 25. She'll be ready to be married.
Yep. Mackie can help her, even if not. It's fine. He's very, very nice like that.
Let me ask you a bit of advice from me.
Okay.
What do you do if you have a daughter that should be potty trained, but is not? And you feel that other parents may be judging you?
As far as the parents judging, I say don't think twice about it. Who gives a shit? Seriously. They have other things that you could judge them about. Exactly. So we don't do that. We don't play the judgment game, parents. Let's don't.
We're all meep-ups
in
the parenting game.
We have our things that we are badasses at. Yeah. We have our things we're not so great at. And you cannot be everything. You're everything to your kids, and that's enough.
Yeah, she knows she's loved.
Yeah. She
excels as an artist.
Yep. She is weird.
She's weird as heck.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
I say she's 4.
She's 4.
She's 4 years old.
4.
She doesn't want to go number 2
yeah,
on
she
the
doesn't
potty.
want to poop. She can pee in the potty.
It's a scary thing.
That's what it is.
It's a hard, scary thing. Do you have a regular, do you just have her sitting on the regular toilet, or do you have one of those?
We have one of those little
things that go over top of it.
We have this fancy thing that we attach to our toilet, and it's hilarious because sometimes guests won't realize it and they'll use the little side.
That's awesome. I've never been in your bathroom.
What?
That's weird.
That is so weird.
Let's
go right now.
Okay. I would say, you guys got her the Supergirl doll as a bribe.
We do.
I'm not above that at all. Like we did it with Mackie. She's trying. Yeah. Encourage her that it's not scary. Yeah. She's gonna do it. Like she's not gonna go to kindergarten and want to be wearing a diaper.
And I admit that when we're running around the kids' museum or whatever, and she's, she looks 4, and you can see her little diaper peeking out of her pants.
It's hard.
It's a little embarrassing. I feel a little crappy about it.
Don't feel crappy about it. I mean, we all have our things. You can't make her. No. And she's 4 years old. That is so few years.
She's a baby still. We expect so much out of such tiny humans.
Yeah. They're so little.
I will report back on all of that nobody wanted to hear about.
Hey, it might help somebody.
It might.
That is right.
Uh-oh. There's Josh in the window.
Well, I'm not even going to acknowledge him.
There's so much that I wanted to say that I didn't get to.
We'll get there.
That's why
because we are
a weekly podcast.
Exactly.
Twice weekly, really.
Twice weekly. Kind of weekly.
It is. This one was weekly.
Yeah. We're back. This was like a get back to it episode.
We're warming up, okay? We're warming up with tongues and... let's just end it.
Well, I love you.
I like you.
I care about you.
And I hope you tell all your friends
that we like cotton candy.
You know what? Bye.
You know what? Wave when I wave.
Bye.
Bye.